Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Ahmad Imran bin Muhammad Asri.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Mukri Fakrullah bin Zulkifli.
My name is Nina Lafarina binti Imam Amin.
My name is Nina Lelati Afika binti Nina.
The introduction of logical connective. Logical connective, also known as logical operators. It is a symbol that combine or modify one or more simple statement or primary statement to form a compound statement. The true value of compound statement is completely determined by the true value of its primary statement. The primary statement are combined using connective or logical operators to form a compound statement. The example of logical connective are conjunction, disjunction, negation, implication, and biconditional.
Type of logical connective. Logical connective divide into 5. First, conjunction, symbol and. For example, P and Q. Second, disjunction, symbol or, P or Q. Negation, symbol not P. Conditional or implication, symbol implies if P then Q. Biconditional, symbol biconditional, P if and only if Q.
For conditional and implication, we can use the symbol arrow. So if P arrow Q, that means P implies Q. Or we can say that P is sufficient for Q, P is sufficient condition for Q, Q is necessary for P, Q is necessary condition for P, and P only if Q. And if Q arrow P, we can say Q implies P or P if Q and P when Q.
Conjunction. A conjunction is logical connective used to connect two or more statements into one using the word and. In symbol, we write it using symbol and. The combined statement is true only if all the individual statements are also true. If even one statement is false, the whole statement becomes false. For example, P equal Mukri likes to study math logic. Q equal Amma likes to study calculus 2. The statement Mukri likes to study math logic and Amma likes to study calculus 2. In symbol, P, symbol and Q. Using truth table, P true true, false false, Q true false, true false, P and Q true and true, true, true and false, false, false and true, false, false and false, false.
The other logical connective is disjunction. A disjunction is a logical operation that connects two statements, and it is true if at least one of the statement is true. It is often represented by the symbol OR. The disjunction of two statements P and Q is written as P or Q, and it means either P is true or Q is true or both are true. If we refer to the truth table below, if statement P is true and statement Q is true, then P or Q is true. Then, if statement P is true and statement Q is false, it will be P or Q is true. If statement P is false and statement Q is true, the statement P or Q is true. If statement P is false and statement Q is false, it will be P or Q is false. For the example, the question is to combine the statement by using disjunction. it given that P is Mona is baking a cake and Q, his mother will be happy. Then the statement by using disjunction is Mona is baking a cake or his mother will be happy. For the symbol form is P or
The next
Q.
one is negation. A negation considered by not. The statement of negation will opposite with the previous statement. It can be either positive statement or negative statement. When the statement is true, the proposition of the statement is false. But when the statement is false, then the proposition of the statement is true. For example, we let A equal to today is raining. So, not A will be today is not raining. So, I have put the truth table.
I want to explain about conditional or implication. A conditional is a statement that shows an if-then relationship. If the first statement is true, the second statement must also be true for the statement to be correct. The conditional statement is false when the first statement is true and the second statement is false. The symbol used implies. For example, P equal to Amira go to see doctor. Q equal to she is sick. Then the symbol will be P implies Q, and the conditional is if Amira go to see the doctor, then she is sick. Is biconditional. A biconditional is a statement that means if and only if. It is true when both statements have the same true value, which means both are true or both are false. But when the statement either true or false, it will be false statement. The symbol used for a biconditional statement is biconditional. For example, P equal Rina is cooking chicken soup. Q equal her mother will buy her receipt book. Then the symbol will be P by conditional Q, and the conditional is Rina is cooking chicken soup if and only if her mother will buy
Example 1. Write the following symbols in a sentence. P. Thaqif go to the library with his friends. Q. Thaqif love playing guitar. R. Thaqif's mother buys him a new book. S. Iman go to the stadium. P and Q. So the answer is Thaqif go to the library with his friends and he loved playing guitar. B. Not S implies P. If Iman does not go to the stadium, then Thaqif go to the library with his friends. C. R implies P and not Q. The answer is if his mother buys him a new book, then he go to the library with his friend and does not playing guitar. The last one is not Q or not S by conditional P. So it will be Thaqif does not love playing guitar or Iman does not go to the stadium if and only if Thaqif go to the library.
For example 2, the question is to construct the truth table for the following statement. The statement is P and not Q by conditional Q implies P. First, we need to construct table P and Q first. For table P, the truth table is true, true, false, false. Then Q is true, false, true, false. Then not Q equal to false, true, false, true. Then table P and not Q is false, true, false, false. Then table Q implies P is true, true, false, true. And the last table is P and not Q by conditional Q implies P is false, true, true, false.
Next, the statement given is
P or not Q implies not R. First, we need to construct the truth table for P, Q, and R. For P, true, 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 false, 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 false. For Q, true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. For R, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Then, not Q, false, false, true, true, false, false, true, true. Then, not R, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. Then, for the table P or not Q, true, 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 false, false, true, true. Then for the last table for P or not Q in bracket implies not R. It is false, true, 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 false, true.
Example 3. Converting the statement to the symbol. Let P, Q, R, and S are the proposition as follows. P. Amma is the best student. Q. Amma always does exercise. R. Mukri likes playing football at the field. S. Mukri will improve his skill in football. The statement A. Amma is the best student and Mukri likes playing football at the field. In symbol P, symbol N, R. B. If Amma always does exercise, then Mukri does not like playing football at the field. In symbol Q implies symbol not R. C. Mukri likes playing football at the field and he will improve his skill in football if and only if Amma always does exercise. In symbol, in bracket, R, symbol N, S, by conditional Q. D. It is not true that Amma is the best student or Mukri like playing football at the field. In symbol, symbol not, in bracket, P, symbol O, R, close bracket.
In conclusion, logical connectives are used to join simple statements into compound statements. There are 5 types of logical connective, which is conjunction and disjunction or negation, not conditional or implication, if then, and biconditional, if and only if. In propositional logic, symbols are used to show relationship between statements. A statement is a sentence that has a definite truth value, meaning it is either true or false.